Evil Squid Comics podcast. We are part of the Collector's Maze Network.
Don.
Scott.
Andrew. All right. Ronin Rising. Frank Miller and Philip Tan. Is that right? This is the sequel to Ronin, Don.
So this is brand newish then?
Brand newish. I think it came out in 2024. Maybe
Okay.
2023. I don't know.
So, but it's not. I got a little confused with the intro to understand if this was like a reimagining of the original.
It's a sequel.
If it was a sequel, if it was, what it was. I didn't quite understand what it was, how it related to them.
The lady and the kid are from the original.
I think so.
It made me want to go back and excuse me. Sorry. It made me want to go back and the first one, but reread it because it's been so long. I don't remember.
I read it a couple years ago.
Yeah. This was doo-doo.
This was doo-doo,
It was
Don.
a big pile of doo-doo.
Wow, that's pretty strong.
All right. Don thinks it's doo-doo. So I started reading it.
Philip,
And I could-
art or whatever. Oh, like cow! I really liked it.
It's a pretty book.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
The art is
Beautifully
amazing.
done. Yeah. Except for some of those ones where it was just
Frank
purely
Miller
Frank
did it?
Miller's.
I actually like the Frank Miller
I actually did. It
pages.
was
Did
kind
ya?
of
I dug
more
it.
of the old school.
It was
Yeah.
very old school.
I
It was
like
just
it.
a
It's
bit
not his
jarring
new-
after, looking at what I thought was beautiful, almost anime style art. So,
It is a little jarring, but man, I love some Frank Miller. But so my experience was, I read it, or I started reading it, and I could tell. You ever read something and your mind just starts wandering and you don't even know what you're reading? That's like how it was going. I was
all
like,
the time.
yeah,
That's
well,
why
how
I can't remember anything.
that's how it was going. And I'm like, dude, I need to focus. So I started over. Like I stopped after an issue and I said, I'm locking in. I'm starting over. I'm gonna focus. And
this
then
is
I
not
really
something I'd want to reread again.
And then I really focused, and it went a little bit better. But still, by the end, I'm still my mind was still kind of wandering. Because that's the problem.
It's like repetitive as hell.
Yeah, that's why
It
your
is
mind wanders, because
constantly
nothing is
saying
happening.
the same thing on
I stopped
multiple
reading
pages.
half of it.
Yeah, that's what happened
What
to me.
you said. When I
That's what I
picked it
said.
up, I did.
When he picked it up for me, he was like, "What did you think?" And I was like, "Well," and he goes, "Did you stop reading it?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, pretty much." And then just looking at the pictures and things, I mean, you can get the overall gist of it anyway.
There's no story.
There's no story.
There's not really
It's-
much of a story.
It's a lot of words for
I mean,
no
I don't
story.
know. They're trying to go save this Ronin, a kid, and her mom.
Or
who's
saving the guy
supposedly
from the
supposed to be
machine.
dad, and
Yeah.
is the machine, and trying to save him from the machine. And ultimately, I don't know if they really succeed, but yeah.
I think they killed the big computer thing that was
I think they did
sucking
too.
up the
They
dad.
killed the Matrix.
Yes.
So
that's what I got. Yeah, the Philip Tan art's really cool. It looks more like really good image 90s art. And then the Frank Miller stuff looks like old school Frank Miller. So I appreciate both those art styles.
Yeah. I just don't know. I think because of the fact that it's not even very consistent. It's like what three issues of one person, then it throws one
Like
of
one
Frank
issue of
Miller's,
Miller.
and then it goes back to the other way, and then it like wraps up with Miller, doesn't it, or something? I can't
I think
remember.
so, yeah. That sounds about right.
So it was just kind of awkward. I felt like with the, there wasn't really a pattern there, which for me can drive me nuts. So
I think how it went was Frank Miller hired Philip Tan to draw it with his layouts. Like he laid it out and Philip Tan was going to draw based on his layouts. And then about 3 issues in, Frank Miller's like, dude, I'm going to draw a couple issues. So he just told Philip Tan, hey, never mind, I'm going to draw these.
Okay.
And then, obviously he got busy and then Philip Tan did stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's what it's like working for Frank Miller. You never know.
You just go with
the flow.
Understandable.
So, but yeah, this was all done this is the hardcover, so it's all like the widescreen. Like I think this was actually
I
two
do
comics.
admit the presentation is fabulous. That's
Unless
probably,
you're buying the single issues like Don. 'Cause you have
That's
the
part of
single issues,
one of the
I do.
reason that I probably could make it through the whole thing was that just looking at it from, I think you hit the nail on the head earlier, just beautiful, to look at, some pretty pictures. And with that presentation along with it.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
But yeah, I wouldn't, from a story perspective.
So, are you happy with your purchase?
Oh no. So like I ordered this and like it came out, but like it didn't come out. I waited. I think it came out like in the bookstores like a year ago, and it just now came out at the comic book store. I was like, if I never get it, it's probably fine. But then I got it, and it was really expensive. It was like $40.
Yeah.
It's a nice big hardcover book, but yeah, no, it's pretty. All right.